Assistant Coordinator of Community-Based Policing and Security Studies. I would like to take this opportunity to once again congratulate all of you for making it up to this level. I know most of you have interacted with me before today, and then you often ask me, Mr. Jallo, when are we starting? Time is going. Mr. Jallo, time is going. You said September, now it's October. You said October, now it's November. From December, now it's January. So finally, you are coming to start your first semester. And then, like my boss said, coming to the college is very, very easy. Some of you find it very challenging to see yourself in the college, but that is just the tip of the iceberg. Leaving the college is what is difficult, because you cannot graduate with a GPA less than 2.5. So take that at the back of your mind. My security people, that is the students of the community policing, sometimes the only problem that I face with you guys is, classes. Some of you often, absent yourself from attending lectures, which at the end of the day will definitely create a very, very serious impact in your studies. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have this requirement that is 2.5, we cannot attest you. So it means like you come to the Gambia College to do HND, that is Higher National Diploma in Community-Based Policing, for 2 good years. You pay your tuition fee and still you cannot graduate. Because why? You don't have the requirement. And we are not compromising with that. There are 2 important components of your program. That is 1, project, the project writing, and number 2 is your field trip. At the end of the day, you will be exposed to the communities. You will maybe choose any of the regions in the Gambia, you go there for a field visit. For that field visit, usually it is around 4 to 5 days, where we will go and discuss with communities about the constraints that they are facing or the challenges that they are facing when it comes to security and then other stuffs. For that one, every cohort that we have since the inception of this program, we used to go around with them to meet communities, and then they will discuss with them. At the end of the day, you write a report, combine it. The Gambia College will have a copy. Your institution, your various institutions like the police, the army, and other people will also have a copy, and the community that you visited will also have a copy of that report. Okay? And then you are the admission officer, sorry, the director of finance, the representative from finance already briefed you about your payment, but then he did not mention about your field trip. Your field trip, that is the internal payment that you are going to make, that is left to you guys to discuss. Like for instance, you are choosing to go to North Bank and spend there maybe 3 to 4 days on a field trip. There you guys are going to sit as a class, then you discussed how much are we going to contribute to make sure that we will be able to facilitate all our needs in this time frame. That discussion will be done by yourself. We are not going to impose any amount of you or any amount to you. You are the guys who are going to, table that on yourself, and then you bring it forward. Then, we have the field trip done. So the project is also a very, very important part of your program. That is the project writing. Some of you, as I said earlier, will graduate in the Gambia College, will finish their program, but they will never graduate. It's happening almost in every program of the college. In every school, I will say it. Some people will graduate, will complete their program, but they will never graduate. You know what is graduation? Having your attestation and your certificate. That is the most important thing here. You have been attending lectures or doing assignments or whatever, that will not make you graduate, but complete everything, have everything scheduled, then you are attested that you successfully complete your program. And some of you, as I said, project writing is one of your problems that most of you are encountering. One, from today I told you about your project. Your lecturers will tell you. But then the problem with you guys is you will take this project writing as something just not very important. And be rest assured, I am telling you this, You cannot graduate without these two. That is the GPA, and what will give you that is your courses plus these two. That is the project writing and then the field trip. So take note of that. The student leaders are here. They will take you around. Maybe they will take you up to my office, and then the coordinator's office, they will show you. So there are a lot of things to be discussed. Your class, you are going to begin your class next week, Wednesday. Your timetable, I will personally prepare it today, and hopefully tomorrow I will share it in your WhatsApp group. That is your timetable. So next week, Wednesday, prepare mentally and physically, know that you are coming to start your program. Okay? So this is what I have for you. And then for the community policing, once again, you are coming like this. You are dressing like this when coming. You don't need to put on any uniform. Some of you were asking me, is it black and white, or which color are we, which type of uniform are we going to put on? For community policing, Mr. Yabo have said it here, the registrar, we are dealing with you as matured students because we understand this is not your first time experience. So that priority is given to you. Dress very nice, come and attend your class, and then go home, okay? So, all right. For the community policing, as I said, you are starting your program next week, Wednesday. For the catering, that one, the head of departments or the program coordinators will tell you when to start. Okay, so for the community policing, student leaders, when you are taking them around, you see where this French class is. There is now going to be a community-based policing class. It's going to be a permanent class for us, so you can show them that, so that Wednesday, if you come, you can go there straight. And then we also have another class around where these UTG people used to be, around ESA, where UTG students used to be, just after the bank. We also have a permanent class there for community policing. So those two classes, you will be having your lectures in those two classes. So once again, I welcome you all in the Gambia College, and I wish you a successful journey. Thank you.
That I have beside Lamin Major is the Assistant Secretary General of Student Teachers Association. Another person that I have on my immediate left-hand side is the Registered Minister of Gambia College Student Union, that is Another person that I have is the Vice President of Student Teachers Association, that is Another person that I have is the Assistant Secretary General of Gambia College Student Union, that is Philip. Another person that I have is the Finance Minister of Gambia College Student Union, that is Brikama. Okay. Last but not least, the President of Student Teachers Association, on his behalf, the Assistant Secretary General will give an opening remark on behalf of the President of the
Student Teachers Association, my colleagues at the GCSU, and to you too. I am honored to be here to welcome you all into the Gambia College. And it is a pleasure seeing you all seated here in front of us and joining us in the development of this institution. And then if this institution is developed, then our nation will be developed. And if our nation is developed, then our continent will be developed. And if our continent is developed, then the whole world will be developed. And it is on that we are seated here. And I want to put it to you that this Gambia College is not going to be easy. As we can all see, the name which is given to it, instead of being called Gambia College, it is now called Gambia Kolea. So I want to expose this to you, that it is Kolea you are coming to face here. And what makes you the great person is you overcoming this Kolea, and then you will surely get there. For you cannot get there if you don't face these obstacles. It is these obstacles that can teach you lessons, lessons that can expose you to the reality of the world. And this will make you become who you are. So I want to welcome you into the Gambia College, and here be in expectance. And I told you there are difficulties in which you would be in a class, tell your lecturer some of the things you have been learning in your senior secondary school, and then they will tell you it's a lie. And you will feel bad. Sometimes you will even want to get explode as if you are a missile or a bomb or a whatsoever. So these are some of the things you will be facing here. So I am trying to tell you this so that it will not be a shock if you witness it in the class. But how do we make sure that we overcome this and develop ourselves? It is by accepting and understand that education is a process, and things keep developing. Certain things that we might learn 30 years ago or 10 years ago might be falsified in the year 2024. So we need to accept it. And if we accept it, then together we will have a better institution. Then there would be no conflict between you and your lecturers. So I am welcoming you all into the Gambia College, and I am telling you that you catering and also the community-based or security personnel, you are assured of your employment. I will say this because I am also a student of School of Education. And right now I even feel like joining you people in your catering departments and also in your security-based policing, because in our school, at some point, we would be given an exams, whereby some will be employed and some will not be employed. But come to catering, immediately you are done with your program. Even if you don't have employment in your hotels and restaurants, you can also start up your own business, which is a practical manifestation. And with that, you can be a boss of your own. Nobody would dictate you, and then no one will insult you, and then you will feed your pocket as you want it to be, depending on how effective you are, and also how hardworking you are. You might be so hardworking in working for the government, but they would still decide what to pay you. But at your own shop, the more you work, the more you get. And to the security personnel too, if you are here like the registrar was talking about promotion, after this you will go, you get your promotion, but not only your promotion, but also you would learn your ethics. Sometimes we will see security personnel, they will be mishandling people. They will be doing whatsoever to people. That is not ethics. Some of them do that because they did not get the professional training. I'm sorry to say, but it probably is not enough. Or maybe they have not learned the real ethics of it. Or some might be ignorance, like he was saying, because they just get one training, or maybe among those training, they have one day missed some of the things which they are acting, which was learned in that particular day. But in here, you would get it all, and you will have your ethics. You will be so professional that you will be so honored, and blessings will come your way. So I wish you all the best in your stay in the Gambia College. I welcome you on behalf of the President, Mr. Aliu Dabo, the President of the Gambia College Student Union. I welcome you all and thank you.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Moderator, the guests here present, the beautiful students. I wish to first of all thank the Almighty Allah by saying the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the beneficial, the kind, the ever-leading, the everlasting, the leader of all the leaders, the master of all the masters, the omnipotent, the omnipresent, the omniscient. I respectfully stand before delivering any speech in this auspicious gathering. May He give us long life and send us away from starvation. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Amadou Bijabate. I serve as the president of the Gambia College Students Union from 2018-2019 academic year. And now I have been here as a full-time lecturer. I started as an assistant lecturer, then proceed to do my BSc, coupled with several trainings that I have also undergone in different countries. So far I have been to 14 different countries, including Africa and Europe. As we speak, I am currently the African student rep. So as we speak, I am currently the African student representative at Global Student Forum. When we say Global Student Forum, that is the largest students representation in the whole world. Africa, we are currently having over 170 million students, and I am the overall representative from senior students. From senior school down to the master's to the PhD students. In as much as you are an African and you are studying both Africa and African diaspora, I represent you. Based on this fact, I deem it very necessary to always give my support to the Students' Union, because charity begins at home. If I am here today helping students to travel far and wider in the wider world, solving their problems, helping them to also get free consultancy, just to name a few, then I would have been very injustice if the student union that I just have immediately under my own foot is not being supported. Based on that, I gave my availability, my readiness at all times to ensure that I support the students. Great students. I want to hear great. Great students. Great. I'm not hearing great students. Great. In this regard, William Shakespeare said, an evil tribe do not relent on the right path, for oft shall perish all but goodness, still the setback is momentary. Therefore, I want to encourage each and every one of you to keep the rumble, never you grumble, because if you grumble, you must stumble, rumble, and fall. What do I mean by this? Challenges will obviously come along your way. But see, today you are all seated gently listening to your authorities. Of course, the mouthpiece when I said your authorities, because not everybody can go to the principal's office and then talk to him directly. He would have loved that, but due to the nature of the administration and for professionalism purpose, then you have a mouthpiece, which is your representation. The student representation, your student body, will be in between you and the management. Today they are here talking to you, you are all seated gently. In fact, even if they ask any question, some of you are threatening, maybe if I even want to ask a question, they are going to withdraw my application or my admission. True or false? Everybody is calm, gentle, and disciplined. You are all appearing in your best form. But after you spend 6 months here or so, if the Secretary General tell you, Adama, we have orientation or we have a session in the main hall, or when he tell you 1, before you realize, you tell him 100. He tell you A, you tell him Z. And you know that from the first day you step in the college, the rights and the responsibilities you have is the same rights and responsibilities and the same duties in correspondence that you have until you graduate from this college. Nothing is added and nothing is less. So why can't you keep and maintain the same discipline? We said education without morality is tantamount to non-entity. In that note, I will want you to remind yourself, because here I believe that it's not like you don't know, you all know. The most important part of education is when you are in senior school. But once you now, if you catapult from senior school to tertiary education, you should be able to guide yourself. Just a little guidance, you will be able to take the route. That is why here people lecture instead of teaching. Who can tell me the difference between teaching and lecturing? Do you know? What's the difference between teaching and lecturing? The short answer to that, in teaching, we will teach you, introduce you to something new that you don't know, and we will ask, do you understand? Yes. And you'll be like, yes. We proceed. But in lecturing, we don't ask you whether you understand or not. The lecturers will guide you from the word lectures to give you lecture materials, and to guide you well, you go and do your own research, and then when you need any guidance, you consult the lecturer or any other concerned facilitator. I hope you understood. So this is why you are not also being treated like those in senior school, your dress code or whatsoever. But again, you should also be able to understand that on your own, that Gambia College has what we call policy. You have to know that policy. You don't have to come to school and say, I was sick. Okay, where is your medical documents? You know, I went for traditional treatment. You know me, I am this. You have a problem. Everybody has his or her own problem. So, but then the policy said this. And sometimes the lecturers have always, and the students' union will face these problems. Before you realize, you start having problem with a lecturer or maybe a student executive, not knowing that you are faulty. You should be able to learn now how to even start to write an email. Each of you will be given an official email. That's your college email. Use those emails to start learning how to make an email, how to respond using emails and the likes. Because if you complete this program at the end of the day, let's say you have high national diploma in community-based policing and security, you are expected to be given the same salary and allowances if you travel beyond this country. Anyone who is to appoint you anywhere will never appoint you below that grade. So, similarly, you are also expected to perform exactly like any other person in anywhere in the geographical space who will also perform in respect to the certificate you are earning. So the two has to correspond. This is why you are here. You should not feel shy, you should not feel ashamed or afraid or so. If you don't know anything, ask, and you will definitely and solely be put through. On a final notice, he said it in his speech here. When you come to Gambia College, or probably if you just learn, maybe in your policing or whatsoever skill you have in home science. I, for one, I have A1 in home science when I was in senior school and junior school. Let me also make that clear. So at least I will be able to borrow some scientific words. And feel free as far as this orientation is concerned. For the purpose of this orientation, those in the community policing, I remember deliberately also registered for that program at some time ago, just to, to understand the subject matter and the likes. So if you may also have some subject matters or any question or whatsoever irrelevant to this, or relevant to this or connected to this, please, you are free. You can ask any question of your choice. Think about it. You can Google, ask. We will put you through. That is the purpose of orientation. Don't go out here today, you come the next day and start asking, what are we going to do? What are we supposed to do? Take time. After this, the student union will take you around. Go to try to know every office. Anything that is a concern or you are supposed to know it today. But if you didn't ask or you don't know, you come the next day, you start disturbing people, and the next minute, you will be doing something that is wrong. When they want to tell you, say, I don't know about it. Do you ask? Like he mentioned, if you have just only gotten your first training, maybe you go to the police, they train you left, right, and then other things. You have some basic classes and the like. But then you still need further training, like us. Today I had my degree, understand, in political science, and I'm now currently doing my master's on international relations and diplomacy. So you will definitely see that the world is now advancing day by day. In order to also make yourself a global citizen. Do you now believe that the world is now a global village? When we say global village, it means you can reach out to anybody, anytime, within a second. On telephone, not so. If you want to travel, you can just go to the airport and tell somebody, I'm coming for lunch. When the person cooks, maybe from here to Freetown, it's just 45 minutes flight. Accra will take you 2 hours, 30 minutes or so, maybe 15 minutes in Ghana. So if somebody starts cooking, before you realize you already landed. That's as a result of what? Technology. Now you need to adjust up to make yourself a global citizen within that global village. Your A today can be somebody's B in the next hour. What do I mean by that? If you look at those of you who are in the police, and these things are very common and very sensitive that I want to talk about it today. Let's say, for example, if Taibu graduated from Gambia College in 1980, and then focus on information technology. In those days, those IT specialists, they were using what we call floppy disks and that big DVD cassette. You know that big DVD cassette? And those big televisions. Even if you want to play a tape, you have a tape and you put inside a cassette in a tape. When it finishes, you have to wind it or revise it and then also turn it down also. Even mechanics. So imagine a mechanic who has now study engineering, mechanical engineering, and using those things, and also an IT specialist who studied IT and got A+ and got distinction with that IT. Today, the children who are even been born today, if you tell them about that DVD cassette, they will not be able to know it. What are we using today? Memory card, flash drive, and the likes, not so. Smartphones were also less. So you'll see that now, if you graduate today with your IT skills, in fact, in those days we call them what, BBC, born before computer. Most of our principals, most of our station officers, the SOs and the likes, you name them, they were even born before computer. So it is not their fault to be saying they don't know this, but also you have to understand that they were there to also improve the system until we get to this stage today. If not, they have also gone to the grassroots level to clear up all the grasses. You wouldn't have had the chance to even come and then make it this way. But sometimes you'll also be proud to say, my institution or my school was here since 1940. So you see, since 1940. So you don't have to go to the office and start challenging some of those people. What will you do? Everybody needs help. And every leader will always want what we call progress and then credit. Make them understand in a genuine manner the new skills that you learn. In those days, what people do, even those of you who are coming to do catering, how people make cake in those days and how we make cakes are now different. You'll be making that, they will tell you we have, 6, let's say, vitamins or 6 nutrients, you understand. We have, so some of those illnesses, maybe there is a 7th one that is added that is not known to those who are now in the catering field. So you need to now make them understand, but don't go and challenge them to let them understand that, okay, because I have a degree. It's too common now, even in our workplaces. Okay, I'm from Gambia College, I learned catering, or sometimes you want to show them that Gambia College certificate is more better than GTHI. That is not how you should do it. But again, this is the importance of education.